Met Police 1, Plymouth Parkway 0. Martel Taylor Crossdale's early first half goal proves decisive here in court. Sees your side record a fourth straight league win. You've got to be pleased with that.
Absolutely. Listen, I made reference to it after Winchester. This is not going to be an easy game, and I think they're a good side. I really do. I think Lee's got a good side there. They've got games to catch up on. I've said it recently with other teams, but I firmly don't believe that they're going to be the bottom end of that table. That's for sure. Come the end of April. And for me, when I look at the game, I think we've been probably below par in possession with the ball, and we're going to get those days. So we've had to show another side yet again, and we've shown that again. Remember you got people, Louis DeGan on the pitch at the end, who played for the youth team on Monday night, and you've got your blood in these lads in there, and you're asking them to go toe to toe with an experienced side, to learn what we expect of them, to learn the hard work that we expect of them, in difficult circumstances. And when you look at that in isolation, you've got to be happy with the result, because it's shown another side of our game, but a side of our game that is very valid and going to be required throughout the season, no question.
You mentioned the introduction of Louis DeGan here tonight. In other news, we also saw form boot Lucas Ness playing for Charlton in the Carabao Cup semi-final on Tuesday. He must show a good record for the academy. Must have got to be pleased with that.
Yeah, well, I've said this before. Not only the academy, Lucas was a first-team player here, 17 years old, and of course you can be sort of quietly. Proud's a word. I think proud is a word for his parents and close people to him and people that have worked with him through the last few years. He's overcome some injury in that time. He's been out on loan. He was playing, only for Hampton not that long ago, up the road from here, and there he is at Old Trafford. So, yeah, I did have half an eye on it. I did have a little look at it, and we've been a very small part of his development. For that, we can be rightly proud of, I suppose. But for Lucas, he's acquitted himself well. He always did when he was on the pitch here. He was always mature above his years, and I sort of wish him and the family all the very best, because he's had to work hard for it. So I'm not going to sit here claiming it. We're a small part of his development. We're very proud of that, but be really looking with interest to see him kick on.
And next up for your side, before we face Paul in the league next Saturday, we face Dartford in the London Senior Cup. Your thoughts over those two games?
Well, I mean, Dartford is, Martin Tyler was here a few weeks ago. I don't know what they'll do. I mean, let's get it right, we usually use this competition as a development. That's what we do. We've got a very small squad in respect of our first team. And so we're going to have a look at that. We've got a really difficult game away at Paul on Saturday, as we learned earlier in the season. Physical, going to be tough. So I've just said to the lads in there that I'll have a look at Tuesday. It's a competition, as I say, that we earmarked to blood some of our youngsters in to try and give them a taste of first team football. If Douse puts out his first team, it's obviously going to be an incredibly difficult night. However, we'll have to see what happens. It's not necessarily about what they do. It's about what fits for us and effectively making it right for us to go forward and limit injuries or look at development.
And finally, you mentioned to me again 3 weeks ago, you're looking for a consecutive run for your side, 4th straight win now. How far do you think this record can go on for?
Yeah, well, of course it can go on. In football, it can happen. We've seen teams put runs on second half of the season before, and come through and be playoff sides coming from nowhere. But we've got to put it in some perspective here that this is a group that is still learning. It's being very well marshalled by Robbo, and we go into a massively difficult game against a very experienced and well-resourced Paul side. For that, that really will be a test for us, because we've had four games. We've been at Harrow, and then we've had 3 at home, and our home record wasn't the best. We were looking to improve that, and we've sort of done that. And now we've probably, next Saturday will tell me exactly how far we've come, or not, as the case may be. But drawing back today, I think Plymouth are a very good side. I think they will present problems to a lot of teams at this level, and to have won the game, I'm very, very happy with the boys. It wasn't pretty, but for us, it's all about winning the game.